The Tyler Catastrophe situation might be the worst example of parasocial obsession in recent history. And I've been getting a lot of requests, so I figured I'd give you all what you want and have a talk about it all. But before that, of course, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because if you don't, I will be forced to get on my hands and knees and cry and beg. And none of you want to see that, so I say to prevent it, just get subscribed and let's talk about this, shall we? You can see one of the most amazing cases of foreboding that I have ever bared witness to. His name is literally Tyler Catastrophe. It's like naming yourself Daniel Disaster. So you're really not giving yourself a good bit of hope here in terms of how your life's gonna go, or like how your internet career is gonna, shape out. You literally choose your last name to be Catastrophe. Oh, look at this, he's got a moving GoFundMe. That's nice. He wants to escape Texas. Fucking hell, he's raised $16,000. People must really like this guy. I wonder where he wants to go. I wonder why he wants to go there. He's got a pretty impressive 40,000 Instagram followers, though. It's like double what that's like 3 times what I have. That is unacceptable. Maybe I should, like, rename myself to Danky Disaster if that seems to be the new meta. Haver of skills, maker of things, doer of stuff. Cringe. Let's actually have a look at his jewelry shop, shall we? He sells, to be fair, this isn't too bad. This sort of little homemade sort of shtick that he's got here. Flower gift set. And does he make all this himself? That's pretty impressive, actually. He is a haver of skills. My bad, mate. These seem to be doing pretty well as well. 136 sold of these $75 plus things here. He's fucking smashing it. Fair play, lads. Print shop as well. Ooh. Okay, all right. What are these like? I'm not sure I'm as impressed as at these ones as I am like the sort of physical necklaces and that, but I guess if it's your jam, it's your jam. Anyway, here's where the weirdness starts. We are going to watch an old video that has now been deleted from him, where he explains his love for a creator known as Wilbur Soot. Now, for context, Wilbur Soot was a Minecraft creator who was heavily involved in the Dream SMP, I believe. He got cancelled for some abuse allegations a few years back, and nowadays I think he spends most of his time online doing his Lovejoy stuff, which is a band that him and his friends have. Now, maybe we'll be forced to talk a little bit more about his situation in particular later on in this video, but for now, I don't think it's too relevant. But what is relevant is this guy's abhorrent love for him. Nothing wrong with being a fan of someone, by the way. I mean, if there was, then I'd be fucked. But like, this much? Let's just have a look, shall we?
I have had a crush on Will Gold since 2019, when I heard him laugh in the background of someone else's video, and it felt like life itself leaned in to listen. Which is really inconvenient for me, because I am very much a one soul at a time kind of person.
This is all, okay. Already, this is like all kinds of fucked up and strange. I don't know when this video came out. But either way, I think Will Gold is like his government name or some bullshit like that. Who knows, right? It's some parasocial bullshit. But either way, for you to have a crush on someone just by hearing their laugh in like the background of an old video, first of all, I think it's bullshit. But second of all, I think it's not even a thought that it's weird. It's fucking like objectively really strange. But I also don't think it's true. Like, there's no way. I don't think it was his laugh that impressed wee Tyler here. I think it was the fact that he was like this super tall, handsome white guy who made a living out of creating parasocial relationships and was 100% feeding into them. Like, you gotta remember, these are the type of people who literally say what their go-to cafe spots are, hoping that people will find them there. These are the types of people who say that they don't encourage parasocial relationships as a double bluff to make them seem like more of a real person, which of course only encourages the parasocial relationships they claim to hate so much. Their careers are parasocial relationships.
Once I develop a crush, virtually no one else stands a chance ever. And at the time, I had just broken off a terrible engagement to a guy who didn't even fucking like me. And since then, I have only briefly dated one other person, who was wonderful.
I didn't catch that, sorry. Did he say something like, when I have a crush on someone, no one else will ever get with them, or something like that?
So once I develop a crush, virtually no one else stands a chance ever.
Once I develop a crush, no one else stands a chance. Alright, I'm guessing that means with him, not with Wilbur. Okay, my bad. I thought that was a lot weirder than it actually was. It's still fucking odd, but you get me, right?
A terrible engagement to a guy who didn't even fucking like me. And since then, I have only briefly dated one other person, who was wonderful, but it didn't work out. And so in all of that time, regardless of how many people have tried and been interested in me, I have not been able to find the interest for any single one of them. Because I have a fucking crush on a guy I have interacted with once. And I don't even officially know his sexuality. That's a whole other thing. And I have tried.
It's probably because he's one of those straight dudes that like acts as though he's questioning and acts as though he's got like some ambiguous sexuality to make it seem as though it's ambiguous when he's just a straight guy who wants to queerbait. I always think that's dead cowardly when creators do that. No, I'm questioning. Oh no, I don't want to put a label. It's like, you're just straight. Just say you're straight. It's okay.
I have not been able to find the interest for any single one of them. Because I have a fucking crush.
Not a big Wilbur Soot fan, if you couldn't already tell.
And I have tried so hard to move on from this, to let it go, because I want so badly for it not to cross over into parasocial territory.
Sorry, I have to pause it there. I have to. Because that kind of implies that he believes that as of right now, it hasn't crossed into parasocial territory. Which, you know what? Fair enough. I agree. This has escaped the realm of parasocial territory and entered the realm of, like, genuine stalker-like behavior. Or at least it's fucking about to. Because I don't mean to spoil anything. I know I, built it up really masterfully earlier. But this bloke's moving to England, where Wilbur Soot happens to live, for completely unspecified reasons that I'm sure he would rather not talk about. I guess more on that later, eh?
I have tried so hard to move on from this, to let it go, because I want so badly for it not to cross over into parasocial territory. But in like the 7 minutes that we spoke to each other, one, every time we made eye contact, I thought my heart was gonna fucking burst out of my chest and fly away. Two, I was so nervous that my head just shut off and my mouth had a mind of its own. And anyone who knows me and has ever met me knows that I don't get nervous about people. What the hell was that? Three, he somehow managed to make me want to write music again, something I have not done since my last band broke up in 2019 and I got hit by a car and couldn't sing anymore. And I can sing again now. It took several years, but I got it back because I'm amazing. But how dare you pull my spark back out from underneath the ashes I spent years burying it under because it hurt too much to think about. In like 2 sentences. It's rude. And 4, he failed to take a selfie with me because he was operating on like iPhone settings and I have an Android and I accidentally called him adorable, and immediately wanted to swallow my fucking tongue. Because you don't flirt with people when they're working.
You don't flirt with people whilst they're work. I don't think he wants you to flirt with him, period, mate. He's not even attracted to he's not even attracted to men. He doesn't like men. It's like, that's a pretty important roadblock right there that should have stopped you dead in your tracks at some point, you know what I mean? I feel like maybe he does know that and he's just in denial about it so he can imagine himself with Wilbur, perhaps? Which is, like, unironically a little bit predatory, actually. Like, that's some really disturbing shit right there, man. You need some fucking help. Also, that's nice. You met him. It was like a fan meetup, I guess, and he inspired you to make music again, and you were just so goddamn nervous, even though you never get nervous. It's a really sweet, wholesome story, right? It doesn't really make a great love story, but it's a fine story about you meeting someone that you watch. Look, I've met well, I don't like saying fans, because that sounds like fucking, I'm not fucking Billie Eilish. I've met viewers of mine before, and a lot of the time they are nervous. I've actually learned that, you know what it is? I don't know if I should say this trick, because if you ever meet someone who's popular, they'll probably use it. It's sort of an in the job sort of a trick, but if someone's really nervous, you have to ask them their name, because no matter how nervous someone is, they'll always remember their name. So once they're able to answer that, it sort of allows the conversation to get running, if that makes sense. Sort of like puts their feet back on the ground, like, oh shit, we can actually like talk here. You know, we both shit from the same arsehole, we breathe the same air, and we have the same fucking genitalia, maybe. There's a 50% chance that we have the same genitalia. God, I'm so good at improv, man. I understand why I have so many subs. But I'll tell you what none of my viewers have done after being nervous, after meeting me, is make a fucking 4-minute TikTok video talking about how they're in love with me and I inspire them so much. And that they're gonna move all the way to Glasgow to find me. And that they've never been nervous before in their entire life, apart from when they met the great Dan Kijabo. I think that would really weird me out, actually. You know what? I did have a almost similar experience with like a very obsessive viewer of mine. He was so obsessive though that I kind of hesitate to even talk about him because he's probably watching this and it might make him spiral into some bullshit. I tell you what, maybe later. Stay tuned, folks.
Whole thing that I would like to no longer have to deal with. And all of this is made worse because I have been recognized at every single concert I've been to in the past year and a half, including 2 of his. And I've been on the Lovejoy Nation podcast twice.
What's the Lovejoy Nation podcast? Also, has he been is that a lie? He's not that famous. Is he just lying there? Oh, the Lovejoy Nation podcast. It's a podcast, a third-party one. It's not affiliated with Lovejoy officially at all, I don't think, where they just talk about how much they love Lovejoy. Lately, they've been begging Wilbur to appear on their podcast. Okay, I mean, I guess this is the parasocial relationship that people like Wilbur are sort of playing towards, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Here we go, look at this. 8th of February 2026. Tyler Catastrophe is actually mentioned here. Pebble Brain Trust presents another episode in their mental health series, Are You Alright? What a great name for a mental health series. It's like, oh, I'm starting a gym channel. We're gonna call it Are You Strong? Like, come on, where's the creativity here, man? I thought you were like a creative haver or whatever the fuck you said. Angie, Dave, and Leslie welcome streamer, Beda, an all-around awesome human, Tyler Catastrophe to the podcast to discuss their, and then it cuts off. I don't want to listen to the rest. I can't be fucked. But what do you mean? Clearly you're not trying to sweep this under the rug then, because he goes on to talk about how, like, oh, I just can't escape it. It's everywhere. But you are actively making the decision to go on these podcasts and, like, attend the concerts and stuff. Like, this is all you, bro.
There's always that little thing in the back of my head saying, there's a non-zero chance. Oh my god. So basically, the way I see it, I finally say fuck it. I make this video. I say it all out loud to the ether that is the internet. Worst case scenario, he sees it, he says, hey, not for me. I move on with my life, it's fine. I'm an adult, who cares? I'll take a no over uncertainty any day of the week. Neutral option, nothing happens. Oh well, I guess.
Oh my god, this guy lives in fucking delusion. I almost envy it. Imagine being this optimistic about life and, like, your goals and who you want to be with and shit. This guy doesn't even have dreams, he just has expectations. The neutral option is the one that's going to happen here, by the way. Wilbur definitely knows about this. He definitely knows. But there's no way he acknowledges it ever. And by the way, I think that's probably the right move. I think that is probably the right move on his part. And also, that's not the neutral option. That is the best case scenario. Like, this guy should not be entertained at all.
You know, because honestly, it doesn't matter what I'm doing any day ever for the rest of my life. If he was like, hey, do you want to get dinner or something? I'd say yes. Obviously, I'm delusional. It's fine. But at this point, I'm just so over the not doing anything about the things that I want. You know? What's up with that? No one gets anywhere that way. So fuck it. I've said it out loud. What else is there to do at 9 p.m. on a...
Yeah, but sometimes if the things that you want are really weird and, like, borderline predatory and fucking creepy and stalkerish, maybe you shouldn't pursue the things that you want. It's like, man, I would really like to feel good, and a little bit of heroin would probably make that happen, but... man, I probably shouldn't pursue that, actually. I mean, it's not gonna stop me, but I know I shouldn't. All I'm saying is the camera is positioned very stationarily and is unable to move, because if it was like an inch to the left, you would see just a fucking mountain of needles. How the fuck do you think I stay so consistent? Also, can you really blame me? That Fibs video took so much out of me.
I think it's Friday. Anyway. It is what it is, I guess. Okay, love you, bye. Also, I don't have a ring light. I have this flower lamp. It's very yellow, but yellow's my favorite color, so... a win is a win.
Yellow's a fucking shite color, man. But I actually do like the flower lamp. I think it's cool. But yellow is a shite color. Like, if you wear yellow, then just, you know. You know. We can have a look at this historic meeting, by the way, of the two of them together. There you go, Tyler Catastrophe and Wilbur Soot over there. This is it, man. This is the life-changing moment. This is like when the Beatles met Muhammad Ali. Don't worry, guys. There is an alternative angle. God damn. Hey, so has anyone heard of the show Baby Reindeer with 6,000 likes? I mean, it's not a horrible comparison, really. It's a great show, by the way. Go watch it if you've not already. It is quite graphic, though, so I guess trigger warning before you do so.
Don't want to worry about things anymore. I want to kiss a man. Like one man in particular. Leave me alone. Please.
You know, every now and then we all... we all have these feelings, but usually we don't express them publicly in front of millions of people, potentially, you know? Like in school, when you had a crush on someone, you kind of kept that shit to yourself. You didn't go around fucking telling everyone, unless you're an idiot. Especially, you know, grown man, 26 years old as well. You have a crush on someone, fucking leave it out, man. Why do I know? Why do I know that this random bloke from Texas wants to shag fucking Wilbur Soot? The fact that I know that, there's something wrong, there's something inherently just wrong with everything about this scenario. Having a crush as an adult is so embarrassing. Why is your face giving me heart palpitations? I'm literally just perceiving you right now. Why do I want to write poetry? This guy definitely runs Tumblr accounts like they're the US military. Okay, anyway, let's sort of expand from Wilbur a little bit, and here's them talking about just Lovejoy as a whole. Again, for those interested, is the band that Wilbur is a part of. I've listened to a couple of their songs for this video, and they're like painfully average. Like totally unexciting and ordinary.
So I met Lovejoy last night. Mark recognized me and my roommate, which was fun. Love that guy. Also, sorry about the slide whistles, Mark. They'll be silly, it'll be fine. But there were also several other people from TikTok who recognized me, which is always fun. Love it when that happens. It's always at shows, and I love that for me. But they know about the audition video. They didn't ask me to join the band, but it's fine. They seem to be doing pretty okay without me, at least. Also, side note, the number of people who took that "I'm so serious" as "I'm so serious," wild to me. Do you not hear my voice? Of course, I didn't think they were going to actually want me to join the band. I was bored and views were low. The world was my oyster. Anyway. But I mentioned that video paid my electric bill.
It's bullshit, by the way. Like, if he was given the opportunity to join the band, he would absolutely fucking take it. There's no doubt in my mind he wants to join the band. He's taking the piss, man.
And Mark's response was, damn. Maybe I should audition for Lovejoy. But because Will's been more mobile on stage this tour, just like moving and bouncing and twirling around, I gave him one of those straps that like connects to the back of your head so your glasses don't fall off. Like, these might be helpful, but it will not hurt my feelings if they're not. But the look on this man's face when he had to tell me that he actually broke his glasses, which... I'm sorry I wasn't there several days before. This is totally on me. I'm so sorry. But Andy explained how they worked, and I usually wear contacts to shows, as I was last night. And Will was like, oh, you do shows. And there was a brief half second of crippling sadness because, no, not anymore. Because of the whole getting hit by a car thing. Soon, someday, I will not rest until I'm a musician again. But I mentioned my titanium ribs, and Mark's response was, well, at least next time you know you'll bounce right off. I mean, the goal is that there won't be a next time, but you never know. Thank you, Mark. And at this point in my life, I've seen hundreds of bands live. I'm friends with a lot of bands. I've met a lot of bands.
I'm sure you are, mate. I'm sure you're friends with all these bands. And that really niche band, Bring Me the Horizon, mate, I'm sure you're fucking best pals with the lead singer. Mate, the reason why this video is so zoomed in is because fucking Paul McCartney is in his room right now. He doesn't want you knowing about it.
At the point you realize there are some things that you really just can't fake. And Lovejoy is one of those bands that I genuinely have no issue standing by.
That's because you want to fuck the lead singer, mate. Like, there's so many things that can be faked. This is the thing people don't fucking realize, by the way. When you meet someone for 15 minutes, they could be a fucking horrible person, but anyone can seem relatively pleasant within that 15 minutes. You could meet a genuine, full-blown predator who has done horrible things to minors, and if you were chatting to them for 15 minutes on the fucking train or something, they would probably seem like a normal person. Do you guys think people like Andrew Tate go about their lives just like chatting shit about women the way that they do on camera? It's like, no, if you met him as a stranger in like a normal setting, he'd probably come across like a really normal person. You cannot base your opinion on whether or not someone is fake or real in their entire career off of a 5-minute interaction with them. The sort of thing you hear when like people with the whole like Madeleine McCann, I know this is way off topic. It's not off topic. It's a good example with the whole Madeleine McCann thing. When people who have met Jerry or Kate McCann, they leave the situation and they're like, mate, after speaking to them, there's no way they had anything to do with it. You just can't fake that sort of it's like, no, you don't know. A 5-minute interaction with them doesn't tell you dick.
But I work really hard to not say shit I don't mean, especially publicly on the internet. And there will be no retractions today. So here, have a picture. Also, Will is wonderful at selfies. Thank you for this. I always feel a little weird letting other people take the photo because I'm so used to specific angles of my face. Gee, I wonder why. But this is a good one. I like it. Anyway, this is your sign. Buy the tickets. It'll be great. Okay, love you, bye. I never know what to do with enamel pins, but I like having them, so...
So, that was certainly a video. Let's have a look at the Lovejoy YouTube, eh? They're currently touring their new album, I guess. Now, they haven't uploaded in 5 months, though. Fucking hell, they're slacking, ain't they? Music's not that good. You're not fucking Frank Ocean. Put some music out, man. It's generic as fuck. It can't be that hard. Apparently, it's not generic, though, and according to Tyler Catastrophe, whose opinion holds the most water here, of course.
Lovejoy is legitimately the only band that I cannot listen to without wishing I was in the band, which is kind of strange because I'd give anything to be in just about any band. But with most great bands that I love, I just want to be a fly on the wall during the writing process. I just want to like observe. I want to pick their brains. I just want to know how they do it. But every single time I hear a Lovejoy song, I feel like I need to roll up my sleeves and be in it.
Okay, you know what? Let's listen to a Lovejoy song. Let's listen to some of the lyrics of a Lovejoy song, eh? Because we can't listen to the song, obviously, for copyright and stuff. But here we go. Here's their latest album, I believe. Go for the most popular song on it. I think it's Pay and Display. All right, let's have a look at the lyrics. In 6-star hotel rooms, you begin to cry. This little tedium. Oh, it's getting hard to justify. If you called me a bastard, oh, I would fucking like it. I hate that I would like it. I mean, that is earth-shattering. That is like, honestly, I see what he means now, actually. To be a fly on that fucking wall. How'd they come up with such genius lyrics? I mean, like, in all actuality, they're not like the worst fucking lyrics in the world. But they're not impressive by any means. It's like I said before, it's just bang average. It's completely average. Like, look, look at Wilbur. Look at Wilbur and imagine what kind of music he makes. That's exactly the kind of music that he actually fucking makes. This is him. He's a little more decrepit nowadays. You went through a lot, to be fair, but like, look, imagine the type of music that a bloke like this makes. It's exactly that. And there's about 1 million bands that do exactly the same fucking thing as well. It's low-key one of them things where like, it's not even about the music. It's just about how much you want to fuck the lead singer.
Could just wax poetic for literal hours about why I feel that way. But I think the main thing is that every song feels like every person put an equal amount of effort. Like with a lot of bands or musicians, you can tell what they think is most important to a song. Like you can totally tell when one person does a bulk of the writing, because usually things get thrown to the wayside. A song that's written by a guitarist is probably going to slack on lyrics and such. Songs written by a lyricist is probably going to let one of the instruments down. But with Lovejoy, you can tell that every single person is writing the parts they want to play, and they seem like they're all having equal amounts of fun with the actual songs, which I like. And I feel like the only part of every song that feels less important than everything else is like the vocal melodies. And absolutely zero hate to Will Gold. He's very good at what he does, and I love listening to him sing and talk and everything else. But every time I hear a Lovejoy song, I just want to, I just want to sprinkle some good stuff in there. Because vocal melodies are my thing. I can't sing a song without changing it a little bit most of the time. Just gotta make it more interesting and fun to sing. Now, every time I hear a Lovejoy song, I just want to take it, run it through my brain, and then rinse it off like I'm developing film. Not to like seriously change anything, because again, it's all great music. Just to give it that little extra bit of sparkle that I feel like some of them are missing.
Bro, what is this camera angle, by the way? Like, I get this video is fucking weird and that, but like, what is this fucking why are we looking at like the top of his forehead whilst he emotes with his hand a little bit? There's a world map though, I like that. It's good shit. Look at this comment. They cannot be this good. 34,000 likes. It's true, they can't. They're not. They're really not that good. I mean, no hate if you enjoy their music, but like, if you think they're the best band of all time or something, anything close to that, then with all due respect, you need to develop a better taste in music. That sounds so snobby, actually, when I say that. And the worst part is, it's not even something that I'm willing to retract either. Maybe that makes me a piece of shit, but I'll tell you what, if it's wrong, then I don't want to be right.
It's great as it is. It's wonderful. However, I just want to take it that little half step extra to make it perfect. And that's basically it for me, I think. This is honestly probably why it's so hard for me to find like an actual band to join. I don't want to write everyone else's part. I don't even want to write lyrics half the time. I just want to sing. I want to focus on my little melodies, my la-la-las, So I guess shout out to Lovejoy for helping me narrow down what it is exactly I want in life, I guess. Hopefully one day I'll shake their hands or something. Who knows? Anyway, Ghost Stream will look good when I'm sober, I guess. Sometimes I feel like I'm just like a bedazzler of music. Like, yeah, I could make the whole thing from scratch and do it all, but instead I'd rather just take what's there and make it sparkle, Bring out some potential. Lovejoy just brings out the bedazzler in me, I suppose. Yeah, well. Okay, love you, bye.
This guy, he's so up his own arsehole that I can't believe he's not covered in shit. Like, he really why would a band hire you just to do la-la-las? They can do that. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do that. I'll look good when I'm sober. That was the name of his single, I think. We have to see that, surely. Tyler, Catastrophe. Mate, because he's been talking a big game here. Oh, fuck's sake, it's a Lovejoy song. Fucking hell. This guy, he's not even promoting his own music. Come on now. Why are you fucking promoting their song? You said you make music. Let's hear your fucking music. But you got such a huge platform. Any musician would kill to have a platform this big. I really hate talkers like this who don't actually show any of the shit that they're bragging about. It's like, oh, I'm a great musician. I'm gonna make great music. I'm gonna make... It's like, fucking do something then. Fucking all bark. All bark, no bite. I really don't like people like that, man. Okay, let's hear him singing. We can hear him singing, I think. Oh my god, how long is this video? This video is 5 minutes long.
Anyway, he told me that much and now he's dead. Told me to kill my indulgences with a sharp blow to the temple. Pick up the phone call and do everything he says. I could take a
4 out of 10. That's not even me being a dick. It's like, he's not that good. He's not like the worst, but he's not good at all. He's bad. Sorry. He's really not good.
So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying so low, at least I'm flying free.
Yeah, it's a 4 out of 10. The thing is, if he knew his actual vocal ability, then it might be a 5, but he's trying to do shit that he just can't do. Here we go, a Fall Out Boy song.
My name and his in the same breath. I dare you to say they taste the same. Let the leaves fall off in the summer rain. Let December glow in flames. Erase myself and let go.
He says that he was in a well-known band before all this. I don't believe him anymore. I don't think I ever believed him. I don't think it's the fucking car. I think the car accident thing is an excuse. He's chatting shit, man. This guy's so full of shit.
These friends, they don't love you. They just love the hotel suites. Now I don't care what you think as long as it's...
You know what? Usually I'd be worried about getting copyright struck, but it's so shit that I don't even think YouTube's gonna pick it up as like a Fall Out Boy tune. Look. You know what it is? I was so close to actually like trying to sing and give it my all just to like see if I could produce something better than him. But fuck that, I'm not doing that because unlike him, I am aware of my vocal shortcomings.
Because I've been crushing on this guy for clearly too fucking long, and I used to be an attractive woman, alright? Flirting with men, not hard. And here I am, standing right in front of him, channeling See You Again by Hannah fucking Montana, looking everywhere but at him because he's working and I wear my heart on my fucking face. And I think I'm doing okay. I'm not flirting, I'm trying real hard. Because you don't flirt with people when they're working, they can't comfortably tell you to fuck off, that's not okay. He could have, I would've let him, but he doesn't know that. And he makes one tiny little silly mistake, hits the wrong button, it's fine. And he says something along the lines of, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm stupid. And what comes out of my fucking mouth? You're adorable, it's fine.
Oh no, Tyler Catastrophe. Oh, how could you ever say something so fucking crazy? Oh, he's gonna remember that for the rest of his life. That's definitely not something that he'll immediately just forget because it's something that fucking probably everyone he's ever met has probably said. You really need to just calm the fuck down. Just relax, man. That sounds hypocritical for me shouting about this all right now. But I'm sat in my room shouting about some 26-year-old fucking bloke in Texas talking about Wilbur Soot. This is where I am right now in life. Every decision I've made in my life has led to this moment. What is this, man? What is this? Why is it good? Why is it actually quite good? Oh my god, that's actually good. This fucking fair play. Whoever drew this is fucking good at drawing.
Somebody put me down. Because listen, I can make a fool of myself. I can embarrass myself, no problem. I make videos on the internet for a living. It's fine, no one cares. But if I had made this man uncomfortable, I'm jumping. All right, I'm done. Take me out. That's it. And this happened like a week ago.
This is so insane. He doesn't want to make him uncomfortable, but he's done this whole fucking public tirade where he constantly talks about him, constantly talks about how he wants to fuck him, get with him, kiss him, join the band, sing for him, and he's now moving to England to get closer to him. But he could not live with ever making him uncomfortable. No, that's too far, man. What the fuck does he think would make someone uncomfortable if he doesn't think he's crossed that line already?
Who allowed this? I'm 26 years old. Why is having a crush right now so embarrassing? Never in my life have I been so verbally lost in front of a guy. Clearly there is no coming back from this. I'll be thinking about this forever, probably. I would say pray for me, but I think we all know I'm a lost cause at this point. Okay, love you, bye. This man looked at me like he wanted me to look at him, and I...
Thing is, the target audience to this, like, for these videos is Wilbur Soot. He's not thinking about any of these viewers. He's thinking about fucking Wilbur Soot watching. He's probably kicking his feet up, imagining Wilbur Soot watching these videos. I say probably. That's definitely what he's doing, in fact.
Really no idea if one of my favorite bands might want a second vocalist, but I do know I am crazy enough to ask. So hi, Lovejoy.
Oh. This is the greatest commenter I've ever seen on TikTok. They emailed me and told him to stop, by the way. Wait, really? Proof? And then they go, I don't have any, sorry, I just like spreading lies on the internet. I fucking love that. Yo, big up this guy. This guy's the best thing to come out of this fucking situation. He just knows she'd be a fucking blast to hang out with.
I hope you know how serious I am. I'm sorry, it's not so predictable.
There's not, what key is he singing in? There's like not even a key. There's not even sticking to, he's just sort of fucking up. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm sorry, it's not so predictable, I know.
I love it. I know someone's gonna think I'm joking. I'm actually not joking. I'm actually incredibly serious. If Lovejoy sees this, my DMs are open.
I'm sure they'll take you up on that, pal. How do you even lose your voice by getting hit by a car? Like, how does that work exactly? I think they're just bullshitting more. Sounds like Panic at the Disco, except they're all shitting their livers out as they sing the song. Or like they're getting beaten up on stage. What is this? Tennis ball, throw it across the wall. This is Tyler Catastrophe commenting on like every one of Wilbur's posts. This is part 1, by the way. You've really got a way of making me wish my- Oh no, go back please. Making me wish my life was more interesting than it currently is, you know that? That's nice, Tyler Catastrophe. Sleeping birds are so important to me, lol. Lol, hi, love the username, by the way. I guess that's someone who recognized them. But this is them making a very, very comedic observation because they're a really funny guy. Same thing here. They're just a optimistic part. To be fair, we know that they're very optimistic. Can't wait for Dallas. I'm sure you can. I just pronounced can't 2 different ways in the same sentence. I said can't and can't. Fucking Scotland has ruined me. It's actually ruined my fucking accent, I tell you. I don't even know who I am anymore. Says that guy's wearing his favorite color. I bet it's yellow. Oh yeah, look, he's got yellow. He's got a yellow heart. He's consistent. I do like that. He is consistent. I'm glad you're here. Mate, how many of these fucking comments are there? Oh my god, there's so much! Stop! up! Oh my god. Wait, this is part 1! How many more of these are there? Oh my god, there's 3 fucking videos of these. Jesus Christ, dude. This is unhinged. You see how quickly I'm fucking tapping the right button as well? Wait, what is this? It sounded like a big comment, this one. New bad omens, new oxymorons, new Lorna Shore, and now new Lovejoy. I'm having a great day. Now I just need new Fallout Boy lol. Yeah, why is he who the fuck's trying to, like, who's trying to impersonate this guy? Wait, why can't I have any of you comment on my videos like this? Just like, wonderful. Oh, great work. Spectacular, beautiful. You've done it again. You've done it again, Jesse. This is the best diddly darn name of bollock and buggery commentary video that I've ever seen in my whole goddamn life. Okay, here's them talking about the, like, Wilbur's abuse allegations. They do not think Wilbur Soot is an abuser. I guess let's hear him out.
I do not think that Wilbur Soot is an abuser. This is just a reminder that I still feel that way. I've been doing more covers recently, and several of them have been Lovejoy songs because I fucking love Lovejoy. So I've been getting a lot of comments and DMs asking if I still support Will, which the answer is yes. I'm not the kind of person to hide my opinions, and if I think it's an important opinion, I usually will share it. So if my opinion had changed, I would have said it. So go watch that video all the way through if you want. It's like 6 minutes long, but you asked, so yeah, here I am, almost a year later. Same opinion, just a little bit more annoyed. I want more Lovejoy songs, I'm gonna be honest. I need new music. Life is too stale.
Go listen to some Nina Geraci or something. She's got a great album. That was like one of the best albums in the last few months, in my opinion. If you like girl EDM, Nina Geraci's your girl. Some recent shit. There's some good recent shit as well. You know what it is, yeah? I was actually gonna say, like, go listen to Jid, because he's fucking, like, one of the best rappers right now. But then, I'm starting to clock, I think, like, just based on the vibe, not to make an assumption, this guy's probably one of those guys who thinks, oh, I don't listen to rap. It's too, like, oh, it's just all mumble rap, and it doesn't really mean anything, and all this fucking dumb shit. And then he goes off and listens to, like, Steven Universe music, or, like, video game soundtracks or whatever. It's fine to listen to those things, but also, if you are going to religiously listen to that kind of music and then denounce rap or hip-hop for being, like, surface level, I'm just saying, there's, like, maybe a slight bit of racism there. I don't know, maybe I'm being too woke. Maybe I'm being too woke. I personally don't think so, but I guess you can let me know in the comments. Anyway, I want to hear them talk about Will a bit more.
My last video is kind of popping off, mostly because people are sending it to each other to laugh at me, which is fine by me. Thank you for the views. But it's me doing a silly little audition in my bathroom for a band that probably doesn't even want a second vocalist.
No, there's no probably. And if there even was a probably, they definitely wouldn't want you as their second vocalist.
But I'm a bold motherfucker, and embarrassing myself in the right direction is kind of my thing. And full disclosure for people who don't know, the lead singer of that band does have abuse allegations. However, one, the person making those accusations has a history of making false allegations. Do we not remember Parker? 2, the allegations she made were him having a messy house, her paying for her own flights, and biting that she fully consented to. 3, she made those allegations in a live stream, getting paid the longer she talked, and I'm pretty sure the VOD was also uploaded to YouTube. And as a victim myself, that just doesn't sit right with me. And 4, the backlash.
It doesn't matter if you're a victim. Just because you're a victim, it doesn't mean that you're allowed to dictate how every other victim chooses to share their story. I fucking hate when people try using their victimhood as a way to denounce other people's victim status, if that makes sense. And look, the Wilbur allegations weren't, like, founded on some great evidentiary basis, right? So we don't know exactly what happened in that relationship for sure. But we do know that Wilbur was definitely very fucking bitey. Like, I don't find it difficult to believe that he was physically abusive in that relationship to it. Like, he wasn't beating her or anything. He definitely bit her way too hard at many points throughout that relationship. And it's fucking weird, and it is definitely abusive, and I'm pretty sure that he's admitted to it as well. Don't get me wrong, it's not the type of cancellation where I'm angry that he has a semi-successful career now with Lovejoy, because I do believe in rehabilitation. I do hope that he's doing well. I hope that he's a better person now, and I'm not mad that he, like, has a job or anything, as much as I'm not a fan of him. But, you know, it's okay. It really is okay to say, yeah, I acknowledge that this person I'm a fan of has done some pretty shitty things in the past, but I'm still a fan of them. I don't think that's, like, a necessarily disgusting opinion to hold in a situation like this, where it was a very private relationship, and there isn't too much evidence of much, and it's one of those things where none of us were there, none of us really know what happened. But the stuff we do know isn't great. Like, Wilbur definitely fucking bit her way too much, way too often. It's physical abuse, like it just is. It's physical abuse. It's not the worst type of physical abuse in the world, but it's physical abuse. And if you want to be a fan of someone, despite the fact that they relatively undeniably physically abused someone in the past, then hey, you do you, but don't deny that it happened. You know what I mean? It's like if you're a fan of John Lennon, for example, I feel like it's good to acknowledge the really shitty things that he has done, but you're still allowed to be a fan of him. Oh my god, I can't believe that I just fucking said John Lennon and Wilbur Soot in the same breath, by the way. That took me a while to clock, like, jeez fuck, but I guess an example is an example, eh?
Video are misinformation because people are saying he's a pedophile, he's a groomer, he's whatever. None of that has any basis in any reality. I have built my platform by being authentic, kind, compassionate, and honest with the people who watch me. And regardless of what I may allow people to think about me, I am not naive and I am certainly not stupid. All of my major life decisions are carefully thought out and carefully considered. If there was a single atom in my being that thought Lovejoy was actually made up of horrible people, I would not touch it with a 40-foot pole. Okay, that is not who I am. I wouldn't care. And if you think I would, then clearly this is not the place for you. I don't know what else you want me to say. Anyway, the only comments I'm deleting off of that video right now are misinformation and the ones that are getting picked up by the filter, because personally, I'm not reading all that. I'm sorry. If TikTok says it shouldn't be there, who am I to judge? You can insult me all you want, you can call me ugly, you can say my voice is bad, you're fucking wrong. Someone even said that my giggle was annoying.
It's not wrong. Your voice is like objectively pretty bad. Like vocally, it's not good. Like it is objectively. It's not even like an opinion-based thing. It's just bad. Like it is. Saying your voice is good is like saying that 1 + 1 is 3, unfortunately, mate. Like saying the earth is flat. Like, I'm sorry, you just don't have a good singing voice. Maybe if you learnt your pitch a little more, you could like improve. Like it's definitely not it's not a lost cause. If you had some like actual vocal training, maybe you could be okay. But as of right now, I'm sorry, mate. It's just a bit shit.
The one thing I get the most compliments on, I'm not taking you seriously. I am a vocalist. Nothing in the world makes me as happy as singing. It is quite literally my calling.
Calling yourself a that's like me calling myself a film director because I make commentary videos. You know what I mean?
And Lovejoy is everything I've ever looked for in a band. I love them on their own. I have nothing to lose either way. I literally went to college for music business, and they have the single most impressive rookie year I have ever seen. Why wouldn't I want to be a part of it? And also, not for nothing, but one of the people I blocked off of that video had all-time low in their bio. No wonder you think I'm doing something wrong. The phone is ringing off the hook inside your living room.
All-time low is infinitely better than Lovejoy ever was. You taking the piss? They fucking bang. I got your picture! I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in! That goes so much harder than anything that Lovejoy's ever done.
People who know me in person, people who've been following me for a while, people who know how I interact with the world, know where I stand on things like abuse. I have an entire series calling out my abusive father, and my relationship with my ex-fiancé was so bad that his cousin took my side and no longer talks to him. I have helped my friends escape domestic violence.
But I just don't, I don't even know if I can believe him though, because he's such like an obvious liar and he lies about so much shit. But the thing is, it's not that I don't believe he cares about abuse or whatever. It's just that I think he genuinely doesn't believe Wilbur has done anything wrong ever. Like, a good faith way of thinking about it would be like, oh, you know, he probably did fuck up. He probably wasn't the best partner, but maybe it's not as bad as everyone's saying. Like, if he said something like that, it'd be a lot more reasonable. But like, I'd be a lot more willing to be like, oh, you know what, mate, maybe I kind of see what, but like, to say nothing happened that was bad, and I know that for a fact, and she's a manipulative liar in every way of the word, and I'm a victim, so I know that, because I am the spokesperson for all victims now, I guess. Like, no, that's when you get to a point where I'm just not really willing to listen to you, really.
I've done victim advocacy training. If I thought someone was an abuser, I would steer the fuck clear. But I also grew up in rural Bible Belt America. I am not going to let the rumor mill have the reins to my opinions. So I'm not going to tell you what to think. I'm just telling you what I think. What I think is that even if everything she said was true, it does not make him irredeemable. Anyway, I'm gonna go.
That's like a fair opinion, though. If everything she said was true, it doesn't make him irredeemable. That's like actual. There's substance to that, right? That's not what you've been saying this whole video, though. Like that, I might actually agree with. I still wouldn't like the bastard. Like I think Wilbur's a fucking really odd fucking bloke. He knows the game. He definitely knows how to play the game, and he did a great job YouTube-wise, and he built up a lot of people as well. And I don't know. I guess there's something to be said for that. But he wouldn't be in my circle of friends. I'll put it that way.
Because at that point, it's not about holding people accountable. It's about you getting to be a dick. The video this comment is on is about how I do not think that Wilbur Soot is an abuser. And it took a lot for me to post it. I had to think a lot about how to say what I wanted to say. And I was really worried that it would be taken the wrong way. But so far the comments have been super understanding, and I am so grateful for that. But since posting that video, I've seen so many reasons that I needed to post it in the first place. Because how long are we as people going to sit in this place where we treat every mistake as if it makes us irredeemable? And sure, people should face consequences for their actions, but if those consequences are not put in place as a lesson to be better and learn from those actions in the future, then those aren't consequences, those are punishment. And no one learns from punishment. Day in and day out, you hear, oh, people don't change, people never change, but they do. Every day, everything changes. Change is the closest thing we have to a universal constant. But the most important part of that puzzle is that you have to let people change. You have to acknowledge the ability to change. You have to acknowledge the change in itself. Are they really incapable of changing, or are you just not letting them? Have they really never changed, or are you just not acknowledging that they already have? Because if you're going to call someone out for their behavior, you have to be willing to let them change the behavior. Because if you don't, you may as well just admit to yourself and everyone around you that you're not interested in people being better. You just want to watch more people burn. And I know someone's going to call me a stupid fucking optimist again, but nihilism is a cancer. And all it ever does is ensure that nothing ever gets better. And if you want to see a better world than the one that we have right now, you have to acknowledge and allow people to be...
I mean, this is just cope, really. Like, it's so weird how usually he's like, he talks in this really cringe internet 2020 type of way, but all of a sudden when it comes to defending his subby-wubby, ooh-woo anime little fucking princess parasocial queen, he's like this eloquent fucking inspirational speaker who knows how to use all these syllogisms and like these fucking philosophical, like, it's fucking mental, like the extent he goes to defend this bloke, especially when it's so contrasting, when like in one video he's like, oh, he did it, but it's okay, and in other videos he's like, no, he didn't do it, and this girl's a liar and she can't be trusted. Like, you gotta, what do you believe here exactly? Because it's very difficult to tell, but it does matter. But I think either which way, like no matter what the case is here, the fact that it all stems from this weird obsession that he has with Wilbur, very obvious obsession that he has with Wilbur, makes it irredeemable either which way. Well, not irredeemable, but like unacceptable, I guess.
Benadryl me threatened to simp on Maine last night, but honestly, today me's got... I need that man to put his face on my face. Just, you know? See, I am running on about 2.5 hours of sleep because maintenance was supposed to be here at 9 a.m. and I've been awake till at least 3 a.m. every single night for the past like month and a half because I have shit to do. And it is now 12:24 in the afternoon. I'm tired. I am overstimulated. I can't sit still and focus long enough to do the work I need to do. I've been scrolling and doing dumb shit because when I called the office, they said, oh, they'll be here sometime today, after she got done pretending she didn't know who the fuck I was. I've lived here 1.5 years. You literally told me to my face that I was one of your favorite tenants, and I was in the office 2 days ago picking up a filter for this apartment. Don't fuck with me. So if you see me accidentally repost an edit of a man, mind your business. I don't even care anymore. I am not embarrassed. I will unprivate my simp videos. Don't test me. I am gay and I'm an adult. And I'm allowed. Truly. I'm so tired. I hate it here. His fucking laugh and his eyes and that face and just, oh my god. I know that Benadryl me threatened to simp on Maine.
I mean, I'm sure we can all agree this is a very well-adjusted, reasonable human being that I would just love to have a pint with. So again, let's remember, Wilbur Soot is fucking straight. Like, he's a heterosexual man. So that's just something we need to keep just throwing in there every now and then, you know? This is genuinely like if the concept of my entire channel was like me begging Chapel Roan to notice me. Being like, well, technically, based on the law of probability and infinity and eternity, there's not a non-0% chance of it ever. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Leave the internet, you fucking freak. It's me talking to hypothetical me. And also him, I guess. So let's hear about Tyler's time in England, where he wants to move to.
That I spent in England is the only time in my 26 years of life that something in me just settled. I can't describe that feeling to you because it was... Oh my... I hate crying, but oh my god.
England, man. Don't get me wrong, I like England. I think there are a lot of good things about England, but like, fuck me. Maybe just as someone who grew up like in a fucking, like not in a great area in London, his videos just seems weird to me. I'd never cried tears of joy at just like how safe and amazing I felt there by any means. I definitely feel nostalgic when I go back, but I mean, I'm never gonna live in that area. I'm moving back to London soon, actually. So, I'm actually gonna I'm moving to England as well. You know, me and Tyler Catastrophe, we've got some things in common. Much as I hate to admit it. We're one and the same, unfortunately. Thing is, like, where'd she go in England, though? Like, if she went to the Lake District or something, I know there's, like, some tranquility there. It's all beautiful and peaceful and shit. But she went to fucking London, I think. So what could this guy have seen in London that, like, brought him to this level of emotion? Big Ben, I guess? It's pretty big. It's also pretty Ben.
Seen the guy moving halfway around the world just to be closer to a YouTuber? If y'all think I would make a massive, life-altering decision that takes years of work to achieve, just because I was willing to admit on the internet that I think a musician I don't know has a...
I'd recommend Bradford. Very similar vibe to Brighton, but a lot cheaper. Oh, that's really funny. For the Americans, that's like recommending Memphis, Tennessee and saying that it's just like New York City or something.
Then y'all really have the wrong idea. And I suppose you have a better explanation? I was supposed to move to Bournemouth a couple years ago. I had a job lined up, I did a ton of research, made a ton of preparations, admittedly got a little too excited because it ended up falling through at the last minute. But when I finally dusted myself off and got myself back on track, and decided I could probably just move out of the US on my own, England was the easiest choice because I had already done so much of the work. But why Brighton specifically? But when I visited England and met the people I had hoped to be working with, I completely fell in love with the South Coast. I've always wanted to live near the ocean and it's gorgeous. And Brighton is a really popular city right now. I've got a bunch of friends and support in the area, and like with most college towns, it's got a thriving art and music scene. And people keep telling me it's the gay capital of the UK, which...
It is the gay capital. That's true, actually. No, they're bang on, to be fair. Genuinely, they actually would fit right in Brighton. Brighton's a little like how I imagine WeHo in America, but it also just so happens to be the city that Wilbur Soot lives in. So I don't know, I guess you can make your own conclusion. I personally think that at least part of the reason why they want to move to Brighton is because Wilbur's there. I'm not really buying this whole shtick particularly. Bournemouth is a lot cheaper, and if you already plan to move there, then like, that probably would be a bit more convenient.
You expect me to believe that's the only reason? I'm sure I'm not the only guy in the world who would let his decision to move somewhere be influenced by a sports team. And why would you like their football club if not for a crush? I grew up in the sport. My whole family played, we helped run a non-profit youth club. I was a referee for 6 years. And when it comes to the Premier League, most of the other teams, Chelsea, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Leicester City, to me, they all play like assholes.
Leicester are in the Championship, mate. What is he on about? I don't think Leicester City's even in the Prem anymore. I'm not even like a big football fan, but like, come on, this is some basic shit here. Also, what? Brighton football? What?
Flop, they play dirty. Brighton actually plays the game.
What the Brighton are fucking shite, man. What are they taught? What is this, man? I remember I went to Vietnam and someone was wearing like a Brighton Football Club shirt and I thought that was about the most gauche thing I'd ever seen in my life. But now you got this fucking bloke fanboying about Brighton What the fuck? Why does any American even know what Brighton Football Club is? You know how weird that is? You know how weird that actually is, by the way?
How Verbruggen, Van Hecke, Weaver are pretty much the sole reason I have a paid fan club membership to the Netherlands national team. I could talk about how Mitoma is such an ace fucking striker.
No, this is bullshit. They've definitely just put into ChatGPT like reasons to move to Brighton, and they've been given the reason of like, oh, they have a great football team. Here are some people in the football team, and here are their roles, and Mitoma's a great striker and all this shit. Fuck off. I don't buy this for a second.
He has a PhD thesis that he wrote about dribbling. Or how the last transfer window broke.
Mate, you are dribbling all over your photos of Wilbur Soot that I'm sure you have plastered around your fucking gaff.
My fucking heart, because we lost Estupinian, who was my favorite, Lamptey, and Adingra. I actually think you should stop talking. Did you know that the head coach, Fabian Hertzler, was born in Houston, Texas? I really don't like you. Yeah, that's fair. Seen the guy moving.
Fucking arsehole. He's such an arsehole. Alright, let's hear the update on moving, eh? Where are we at now?
My name is Tyler, and I'm currently in the process of using my beaded jewelry as a means to move all the way from Texas to England. Point. And right now, we're in the final stretch. Meeting last year's goal meant that I was able to take care of everything keeping me here and remove a ton of obstacles. And after about 2 years of padding my resume, now all that's really left is getting my visa endorsed and covering the actual moving expenses. And I am 100% determined to let 2026 be the last year I ever live in Texas. But I do have a small confession to make. See, I don't know if you know this, but England is really small, especially to an American. So when I first started talking publicly about this goal, a lot of people were wondering where specifically I wanted to move to. And I'll be honest, I didn't want to answer. And while I really didn't want to offend anyone by not answering, I also really didn't want to tell the truth. So, me being me, I just picked a popular, well-known city that I knew I'd be spending a considerable amount of time in. That being Brighton. I love their football club, I love their thriving art and music scene, it's a beautiful place. But I can't afford to live there. I can afford to be seen there, though. But if you don't mind, I think it's time that I stop leaning into that bit. Because honestly, I don't have a plan for where in England yet. Wherever I can get, really. Honestly, I just want out of here. Even if I somehow end up in Scotland or Ireland or Wales or Northern Ireland.
Yeah, come to Scotland, mate. I'm sure they'd love you here. Come to Govan here in Glasgow. Very friendly. Oh, look at this comment. I knew I saw you in Belfast in 1972. Mate, these TikTok comments are on fire today. Mate, fuck Lovejoy. Join Kneecap or the Cranberries or something. Like, there's some pride here that I'm digging it.
So I hope you'll forgive my little deception. And if you would like to help me move, even if it isn't to Brighton specifically, you can find all my links in the clicky thing that you click on. Right now, my hopefully final goal is to sell at least 1,000 bracelets and finish the last leg of my GoFundMe. I've wanted to make this move since I was like 16, and I've been actively working towards it for, what, 5-6 years? Now that it's finally within my reach, I'm just going all in. I'm locking the fuck in. And I will never not be grateful for everyone who's helped me get this far. So thank you, both in retrospect and in advance. And I'm gonna go get back to work. Okay, love you, bye.
You know how people say that when your palm itches, you got money?
Why would you say that you're moving to Brighton? Because surely you would know the assumptions that people would have about why you moved to Brighton. So I think that the plan was to move to Brighton, but all the bullying has just sort of got to him a little bit. And now he's backtracking. Like, oh no, I'll take anywhere though. I'll take anywhere. I think Brighton was definitely the original plan. I'm not buying this shit, man. Not a chance. It's Weezer! It's fucking Weezer. Alright, I rate that. I was gonna fucking complain that it's Weezer. Pretty weird Weezer song to choose though, but fuck it. This definitely will get copyrighted though, because this is masterful music. Fucking hell. Alright, they're getting fan edits now. I don't think I even get fan edits. It's so sad. Alright, let's just end the video. We're gonna click on one more video, I think. And then I think we've covered pretty much everything that we need to.
Could we just take a second to appreciate how great my ass looks in these jeans?
I think we should all be talking about that, honestly. Why do I have a jewelry business when I can just have an ass? Definitely go check out the jewelry still, though. It's almost as good as my ass. Okay, love you, bye.
Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.